Okay, we're on the tarmac, feeling good. Woo. I can take a rest now, chill a bit. Tinted Road. Let's get some deep breaths in and relax my back after that dirt ride. Road. Harley bike, hardly a bike, Harleys. They're just cruisers really. Oh, there's a Visor in it. Oh, okay. Nice. Alright, get rid of these goggles. I'll go back to my tent. Woo. Give it a rest. That's the great thing about surviving the dirt and the mud like I did, is that you stayed upright, and then that means that when you get to the tarmac, you go, it's a relief, but you feel good because you stayed upright and you're clean, and now you're on the tarmac and you're feeling free and you can fang it, you know? Now's the time you can fang it. And let your steam out, you know. That's the good thing about getting through the dirt bit, and that should be your goal. Is okay, I'm just going to get through this dirt bit. I'm just going to get through it. You learn about your bike, you learn about balance, you learn about how to handle your clutch and brake. It's all that throttle, clutch, brake, throttle control. That's all it is, balance. And I don't think it matters how slippery it is. If you can really know how to work those things, you'll get through. And if in doubt, just paddle. Which is something I'd probably do, especially through water or something that I'm not familiar with, like a creek. I'd probably just slowly throttle through and paddle with your feet. I think that's important. So, and that actually takes a bit of practice to paddle properly without falling, and it takes good clutch, brake, throttle control, all the three at the front. Don't worry about your back brake, but it takes all of that, all those three. Good control, because like if you throttle, if you're going through water and you're stuck on a rock and you shake the bike a bit and you throttle over a rock, you got to be careful not to. You got to have your hand ready on the front brake to control the speed. So you use the throttle to get your back tyre to track, and maybe a bit of back brake to get your back tyre to track over a slippery rock. But then you're ready for when it kicks in and goes up over the rock. You're ready with that front brake to smooth down the acceleration along with your clutch and throttle all together. You see, it's a threesome that's got to be worked in with careful skill. And that's one thing I hear from Mr. Miles Davis, one of the trainers, and Shane, well, he sort of supports the training, but the trainers are really Shane and Chris, right? And that's what I hear from them, is that it doesn't take, I think I hear it more from Miles, about power control. You're on a big bike, there's a lot of power there, and quite often people overdo the power on it, and you don't need that much power. So on a big bike, takes a especially skill to work just enough power you need, and then if you get a burst of power, how to bring it back, tame it back down, using your brake and engine control, all that sort of stuff. So I guess it's learning how to get what you want from the bike. You know, I want to go this fast, I want this much power to deliver me over this rock, and then I want to be able to stop and get my footing. It's all that, being able to get what you want from the bike. That's why doing slow circles, doing skids on the grass, help you to work out how do you get what you want from the bike. How do I navigate the brake, clutch and throttle so I get exactly what I'm thinking I want? Got some unexpected reaction from the bike. How do I get exactly what I'm thinking I need, what I'm after? So, you know, it goes back to basics, hand-eye coordination and throttle, brake, clutch coordination, all of that. Did I tell you how great this heated vest is? Freaking awesome. It's like sitting next to a fireplace. The air's definitely cool. I can feel it over my arms just a bit, and I can feel it on my legs and my feet a bit. But the heated vest is keeping me nice and relaxed, focused, and under control. Oh, is that dirt again? Oh, it's dirt again. Alright, better go enduro. Alright. So, get my goggles back. So I got more clarity because the goggles are clear. The visor's tint, something I learnt from Chris and Shane at BMW training. How to get the right setup of gear. Thank you guys. You always wonder about that when you're nervous. I think this setup's good. Tinted visor and clear goggles. Now what was I doing? Enduro mode. Enduro. That's right, here we go. Back on the dirt. Now, I'm gonna... Looks drier here. Not so wet. That's good. It even looks a bit dusty up there. Wow. So we're on Frog Ponds Road. Feels like a safe bit of road. Doesn't even feel like I need to look at the road and look at the scenery. That's a nice feeling to be on a country road and be able to do that. Pretty safe. Bit of a wobble there. When you feel a bit of a wobble, you just squat up from your pegs. Lift your ass off the seat to get the weight back down low. You know? That's all you do. Oh, I think I've been here before. I remember this. It's a good track. Frog Ponds Road. I can skirt across this road, there's no one either way. Sometimes I find the bike pulling one way and I think, what's happening? I think it's the camber. The camber pulls it, or even, you know, this is where hand-eye coordination comes in. If you're not relaxed about your riding and know what you're doing, sometimes you're pulling it with your hands because you're looking at the camera or you're wanting the bike to do something and you're doing it yourself. So it's important to stay relaxed and know where to put your weights and have a conscious awareness of what you're causing by how you're steering, where you're putting your weight, like your feet, that sort of stuff. So I think that's what's thrown me off, is when I've had a fall or something in my early years, getting used to bikes, is I'm trying to do something with it, but it's not working. It's like I'm trying to steer it like a car, and of course that doesn't work. And so you got to know how it is. You stay relaxed on these things and get what you want from it. You know, you got to know how to do that consciously. I was going to stand up and enjoy a bit of fanging, but I don't feel like it. I just feel like breathing out the atmosphere and just chilling. Breathing out the countryside. It does look like a nice road to give it a bit of a whirl though. It's alright, but look at that. Oh, that feels alright. Now you see on country roads like this, you see RT and your K series can't do this as smoothly. This is why you want a GS, because you can do this stuff smoothly. So you can do this really good, really nicely, and if it gets really bad, you can still do that, even if you have to paddle through, like you saw me do on those wet bits, muddy bits. If it gets really bad, you can still get through, just paddle. So no matter what the terrain throws at you with this bike, you can do it. And the only difference, make sure you get some training though, that's important. The only difference between, training, do the training, and then the only difference really is how quickly you apply that. Of course the trainers, they apply all the techniques very quickly and without thinking about it. But you can still go where they go, but you just won't be able to do it as quick as them. But you're still applying the same techniques that they teach you. The techniques are very basic, and you think hard, fast riding is complex. It's not. It's just being able to apply those basic techniques quickly, accurately, and without thinking about it. So it's a lot of practice. That's all it is. And I've proven that to myself time and time again. I'll get into an area like I was today, and I think far out. Oh, no way! Like, what am I doing here? And this is terrible. But even the worst areas, like really muddy stuff, I'm like, hey, I can get through it. I just paddle through. And you know, when you get in, see, that's why you got to know, you got to do the training, because you learn techniques. So let's say you're paddling in this mud and you're not getting any traction, and you're sliding about too much, like the back tire's not giving you any pull. There are techniques to get out of it, like back brake. You know, you think, what? Back brake on slippery mud? Yeah, back brake. You know, you'd never think of that, would you? That actually works. You hit the back brake, hold the back brake as you accelerate, and it sort of pulls the back of the bike down a bit. It helps to give you traction on the mud, and you navigate the back brake throttle and that, and slowly tweak it. Oh, I remember this. So you can get traction and you get out of the mud. But you shouldn't be in that sort of situation with the mud anyway. You should be carefully navigating. So if there's a really slippery bit of mud like that that's going to catch you want to swim over it. You want to glide over it. So you want to build some momentum and ride over it like going through water. You want to get some momentum, and